life in Canada?
It just got a little chilly, so I had to put a sweater on.
Oh, wow.
It's
Is
a nice
boiling
day
here. Oh my gosh. I went on a jog this morning and it was already boiling. Like, I don't know, must be 85 already this morning.
I'm sorry, I can't quite hear you because you're talking about your weather.
Sorry. It's just a sunny day, but
Just another sunny day in California.
you'll have to come visit, I guess.
My girlfriend lives in California, and that's what I say to her every day. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't really hear you because you're talking about your weather.
Okay, so you are the royal expert. Can you please tell me how to wear this fascinator?
You know, I don't even own a fascinator.
Oh, well, you need
So
to get one.
I'm an expert at wearing tiaras, which I'm not wearing today.
Oh, yes. That's right. You were wearing one last week. Oh, this is not good for the hair. I don't know.
I think the best fascinators are the ones with the headband, though.
Oh, I know. That's what I was wearing last week.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I don't know if the feathers are supposed to go in the front or not.
You know what? With the royals, what I've seen is that they wear them either way. Like sometimes you see them wearing one, and then the designer will say it's actually supposed to be worn this way, but it looks awesome the other way.
Okay.
So I think it's a matter of preference.
Right. Okay. Good. Well, we'll just do it this way for now. But more
Yeah.
importantly, let's talk about the royal family. They have been in celebration with all kinds of birthdays, anniversaries. What's the latest? I think the last was Princess Charlotte's birthday, or was
It was, so last we talked was Thursday, and the day before that had been William and Kate's 9th anniversary. So that was a huge occasion. So Saturday was Charlotte's 5th birthday, and they released some gorgeous little pictures taken by photographer Kate.
Yeah.
And she was just in this very simple little
Black
gray
and
dress.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looked very, very sweet, and like there was nothing fancy about it, and I think
It's adorable.
Yeah, and it retailed very affordably, which like is another check mark for Kate. You know, like she just has, and I wrote in my post today, William and Kate just seem to have their finger on the pulse of the nation, and they know exactly what the nation and what the world needs right now. Like we just need adorable pictures. You know, we saw the gorgeous pictures of Louis on his birthday.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, those were adorable.
So
cute.
With
painting and all the colors. So vibrant.
So cute and looked so perfect. But today in Kate's interview, I don't know if you saw this part, but she actually said on that interview that she did this morning on This Morning London, she said that if someone had taken a picture of her, she looked exactly like Louis when the whole thing was done, like paint and everything. And I thought, oh, that would have been so precious if we had got a picture.
And that would have been amazing. But how great that she just gets right in there and paints and gets messy and has fun with her kids. That's really incredible.
Makes you wonder, do you think she has a Pinterest account? Do you think she has a Pinterest page?
I don't, because I think she's so focused when she's with her kids that she just is in it and she's not worrying about the pictures and the posts. I mean, it'd be wonderful for you and I to see her Pinterest page. It's like a glimpse into her life that we all die.
Undoubtedly it's very private if she does.
Yes.
So we had those gorgeous pictures of Charlotte. Now what they did for Charlotte, those pictures were actually taken a month before. And the family, seeing that there were these initiatives in their neighborhood in Sandringham or Norfolk, and so they decided that they would make pasta and deliver that to isolated seniors. And so this gives us an insight into, so this was a month ago, and Kate, when she spoke in her interview today, tying these two things together, it was what she wants to do is people to do kind of what she did. That was kind of an example of because the initiative that she talked about this morning is with the National Portrait Gallery in London.
Right.
And it taught, and so it's hashtag hold still. and they want people to take pictures. People in the UK take your pictures, and they don't want them to be like nothing fancy, but just your world. And they've got 3 things that they want you to take pictures of: heroes and helpers, your new normal, and acts of kindness. And so that her pictures of Charlotte's birthday were really an example, in a way, of what she's hoping people will do.
Right. And they were kicking off a competition, right? Do you know the specifics?
That's what this is.
Right. And so the competition part being what? What are they judging on? And is there a prize?
You know what? I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't.
But in the end, they want to have a digital gallery,
a display.
Yeah, a digital display, and then sometime in the future, they're hoping to actually make this a physical gallery that people can go and visit.
Right.
And
so smart.
see. But won't that be a wonderful thing for everyone to be able to go and look at, and just a wonderful journaling of what the nation has gone through.
Absolutely.
in this incredible 2020.
Yes, it'll be a lifetime memory. I mean, I can imagine in the portrait gallery that there is an entire wall of what COVID was like and this time that the whole world is locked down. But it is quite amazing to see that Prince William and Kate are just doing so much and so visible right now. And like you said, like everybody just yearns to see pictures of them, and that they're offering all of those is truly a gift in itself. And the fact that they understand that, yet are so humble, and they're just incredible, aren't they?
They really are. So that was on Saturday. And then on Monday, William announced that, hey, all you air ambulance helicopters, you can land on Kensington Palace lawn.
Oh, I did not realize that.
So it's called Perks Field, something like that. And it's right beside, and it's where the Royal Helicopter lands. It's just a field where the embassies that are around there, they use it for, soccer, football, whatever.
Right.
And the helicopters land there. So William has said, feel free, because what they were having to do was fly an extra, and it would take time and take more fuel. And so he said, we're right in the heart of the city. So land here, refuel, and then carry on with your business.
They are just incredible, generous, thoughtful.
Yeah. And just very aware. And he was an air ambulance pilot.
Exactly.
So he would be very aware of that. And then on Tuesday was little Archie's birthday.
Yes. Happy birthday to Archie. And they are in Southern California now, right?
They are.
Yeah.
Now, whereabouts are you?
I'm in the Pasadena area. So they are, now I had heard that they were in Malibu, but then I had heard maybe like Hancock Park area, closer to where she went to Immaculate Heart, but I'm not exactly sure. I don't know. I'm the kind of person who doesn't totally believe the tabloids until like it's truly confirmed.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly. It was reported that they were looking for someplace in Malibu. And there were several stars that made the point that, you know what, if you want to have privacy, you don't find a home in Malibu. So interesting point there. And yes, Buttercup, the Queen, Archie does look like Harry. Really
I think so too.
Right? See those side by sides? And someone was saying to me that Archie is huge. He's just a little chunky monkey. He's just so gorgeous. I love squishy babies. Like you just sit there and squish, squish, squish.
He does look like a big boy. It was really cute to see those. I think, was it an Instagram post or Facebook where she's reading to him? Really cute.
It was for Instagram. So this was an initiative that was started by Jennifer Garner and Amy Adams. And it's what's it called? I can't even remember what the initiative is called. Anyway, but it's reading books to children.
Yes.
And to be able to build up money for them in order to feed them, to take care of children who are suffering at this time. So a wonderful initiative. And, you know, anything that Harry and Meghan do is going to be met with criticism. And so a lot of people were saying, you know, one, why did she just have him in a onesie? That's the most plainest of plain. Save the stories. Thank you so much. There's my girlfriend right there. She saves my neck all the time.
Oh,
Save the stories. And so, yeah, she had him dressed on a onesie. So that was the first
oh
thing.
my gosh. I did not even notice what he was wearing. I just thought it was so cute. She was reading to him, and we all just wanted to see what he looked like because it's been a long time, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so people are complaining about the onesie. What else are they complaining
but
about?
my thought was with the onesie, I thought it was actually smart because the moment that I saw it, I thought, you know what? I think she just wanted to detract from anything that would take away from the story that they were reading and the purpose of the little video that they did. And anything that he would be wearing would be picked apart and, you know, oh, it's off the shelves, right? That would become the focus.
Right.
And so she just took that focus away. This is something that every baby wears.
Yes,
and
exactly.
so I love that. But also the fact that he looks like he's a very big child. We have to remember that Meghan is actually quite a small person.
Yeah.
And so any baby sitting on her lap is going, you know, he's a 1-year-old. 1-year-olds are a good size.
Well, also sometimes they look bigger in pictures and in videos than they are. Like I remember that with my own kids. Like their 1-year-old picture, they look so big in the picture, and then I look at them like in person, and I'm like, that's so weird how that happened. Yeah. So we just don't know. I think we'll just have to go find them wherever they are in Los Angeles.
That's right. That's right. You just get your little detective hat on and get out and find them, please.
I'll work on that. I'll work on that this Mother's Day weekend.
But you know, I mean, they are being searched. They are. I mean, they've moved to the heartland of paparazzi.
Yes.
And the fact that they've kept their where they're living.
Yep, their whereabouts really
so
quiet.
Far. Yeah, that's really good for them.
Yeah, that is.
So just reading that comment, and then last night, it was actually almost on the dot of midnight that it was released that Kate would be doing this interview, that it would be broadcast on This Morning London.
So it was announced really late.
It was announced after Archie's birthday. Right. So, you know, we've had a lot of issues with people saying, oh, you know, the Cambridges, they were stepping on each other's toes. The Sussexes release things on a day when something else has been released by, you know, a member of the royal family. And so I think the fact that it went up at midnight,
waiting.
Yeah, just waited for Archie's day to be over. And so I think, you know, that really tells us that they're aware of, and they do love Harry and Meghan and Archie. They're aware, and each of the royal families, each of their Instagram accounts had a happy birthday to Archie.
Right.
It was so cute.
Yes. Yeah, that's great. I think it's so important, right? To just like celebrate all of the kids, like regardless of what the different issues are. Yeah. Celebrating the kids is always so important, and they need that love from everyone they can get it from.
Yeah. And why increase the hate that's out there already?
Right.
You know, they're putting out positive things. And Kensington Royal, their picture was from Archie's baby blessing. Clarence House,
yes,
from the baby blessing also, but it was just Archie and being held by his dad and Prince Charles.
Yeah.
And then the royal family page was taken from the same picture that right after Archie's announcement. They did the video, and so it was the same day, and it has the Queen, Prince Philip, and Doria there, along with Harry and Meghan and baby Archie. So it's just a beautiful picture that each of them put out.
Yes. And so great that they each put a different picture.
Yeah, and just the fact that, you know, there are so many people out there right now saying they're not royals, they're no longer royals. Well, they'll always be.
Well, they're still part of the family. I mean, they're like, Harry is still part of the bloodline, and He's a brother and a son and a grandson.
Yeah.
And they chose a different path.
Yes, they have. And how many of us have families that do that? I mean, nobody
Right.
chooses the same path in a family.
Right.
And
Right.
families move away. You know, people do make a fuss that too bad the Queen isn't able to see Archie. You know, the Queen is 94. Now, my mom just turned 90 in March. You know, it takes about 5 minutes and then, okay, thank you. You know,
Right.
so,
Right. I'm
and
done.
so, yeah. What do we think about Meghan suing the media? That's a good question. And the first round that came up, she did lose that round. But we'll just see. And another interesting point is that the Royal, was it Clarence House, put up today that celebrating National Journalists Day. So even though there's this war with journalism, with paparazzi, with those things that they would celebrate, it really tells you that, you know, they've got a love-hate relationship with journalists.
Right.
With the paper.
They don't like them, but in some ways they need them, right?
They definitely
How
need
else would we know about Kate doing the good that she's doing if it wasn't for the media highlighting it? Yeah, it's just, it's very much a love-hate. It's like anything, I guess, right? There's the good and the bad always.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the comments from author Emily Giffin?
Everyone is allowed their comments. So she put out some very negative comments, if you haven't seen them. Yesterday, and her past, I haven't seen her past comments. In fact, I wasn't even aware. And I try to stay away from the negativity that's out there. And yesterday on Twitter, I ended up blocking a few of the accounts that I follow because I like to keep myself balanced with, you know, I don't like to just be surrounded with, oh, the royal family is just wonderful. We just love them. They're perfect.
Right.
That doesn't give you a balance of stuff.
Right.
So I do like to have, but yesterday I just thought this is way too much. And so one of the things that I did see was this negativity from that author. And I just thought, you know what, if that's how she wants to handle herself, go ahead, but I don't need that in my life. I don't know about you.
So what was she saying?
I can't remember exactly what she said because I read it very quickly because it was so negative and it's like, I'm out of here.
It was negative about Meghan.
Very negative.
About Meghan and Harry.
Yeah, it wasn't just, I don't like this. It was very negative.
About them moving or about them leaving the royal family?
Oh, just I can't. You know what? I can't even say exactly. It had to do with the post yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. How do we feel about the book Harry and Meghan are supposed to be putting talks about making? That's a good question.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. My personal opinion is that the writing was sort of on the wall. Like as soon as they decided to leave the royal family. I mean, Meghan is a celebrity. Meghan is her life, right? She built a life on being in the media and doing movies and shows. And I don't know if you've seen, but she was in a Hallmark movie and it was actually really good. I loved it. I loved seeing her in that. I watched it with my 3 daughters and it was just shortly after she got married that we saw it, or maybe it was right before because I think they pulled it for a while, but then it came back, I think. And it was really cool to see, but I mean, I don't know. For me personally, it's not shocking that, you know, she really wanted to leave them and continue to pursue her career. I kind of always wondered, even at the beginning of the wedding, like, you know, how is that going to work? And so I think ultimately she's kind of getting her way.
My thoughts are, what do you have to write about? And the title, if it's the true title, Finding Freedom, I'm like, you weren't even in the family for 5 minutes.
Right.
So I don't understand, and I'll just be honest, I haven't understood anything, why they've done the things that they've done and the timing that they've done them since they started. You know what, Nara? Some are saying they had no involvement. Others are saying they have had involvement. So I guess we just have to really wait until the book comes out.
Right.
A lot of people have ordered it, and some have received notice back that, you know what, your order's been canceled for some reason. They don't know. So we don't actually know what's going on with this book.
Right. Well, Buttercup the Queen is asking, do you think she intended to continue with acting when she married? I personally think she did.
I've said from the beginning that I do believe that Meghan loves Harry. I believe that, but I feel like it was a 50-50. She loves him, but she also looked at this as a great opportunity to keep going in what she was already pursuing, which was her philanthropic endeavors. You know, she was very much into this. She wanted to be an ambassador for different things. And so I think that she saw this as very advantageous for her position. Not so much her acting, because I think her acting is quite a limited thing. And I think it got her to this point. But whether she does continue with acting will be interesting, because it's going to be critiqued in a whole different level than how we critique movies.
Right.
You know, she is going to be torn apart. So I think
that is a really good point, that it could really hurt her a lot to continue with the acting part. I personally think, I agree with you that it was about the philanthropic efforts, and that takes her philanthropic efforts to a whole new level. But if it was just that, I think they could have stayed in the royal family, and she could have done massive things and great philanthropy, and many doors would have opened. Interesting. Somebody just said they don't think she'll continue with acting. My hunch is that she will, and she'll take it to a whole nother level. I mean, right? They were on the red carpet when Prince Harry asked the Disney executive for her to be able to have the voiceover opportunity. I mean, I don't know.
There's discrepancies in how that came about.
Right.
We have the video of where Harry does say what he says. But then the story came out that they were approached way before then. I don't know what to believe.
Exactly.
It's very hard to know what to believe where Harry and Meghan are concerned and what's coming out. They say that they're going to release things in their way to journalists, you know, new upstarts, and give them opportunities to grow. But at the same time, I'm just thinking, but if you're controlling everything that you're putting out, then it's all going to be sunshine and roses, because who's going to put out an unflattering picture of themselves?
Right.
And so I just don't understand. It'll be interesting to see. And definitely this is what we're going to see over the next few years. And we're all going to be around. We're all going to be watching and to see how this all turns out.
So, and Buttercup is asking, why did they not listen to their royal advisors? So
They're not listening to anybody. Right. They didn't listen to their royal advisors. I believe that they didn't like their royal advisors. I believe that Harry he's had his own ideas, but this was how he was raised. And when Meghan came along, she was more along the lines of, then don't put up with it. You don't have to do this. And he saw this as his freedom gateway. But there was a couple of things that I've read talking about how, you know, they're very stifled. And this is true in what they do as members of the royal family. You show up and you shake hands.
Right.
And you bring attention to these charities and to your patronages. And I get that. But, you know, some of it is, you know, having to meet with things that you're not even remotely interested in, meet with people that you find boring or that you don't even like. That's very true. But the thing that gets me is that she spent so little time doing it that the whole title of Finding Freedom, if this was Diana's title for her book, then
right,
absolutely,
it totally makes sense.
Yeah,
it's like everyone would be on her side about that.
Absolutely,
right. That's very true. I think people are very torn, because it's just like, really, like, you were very free 5 minutes ago, like you said 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, and they could have taken this in so many, like you said, in so many different directions. So they really could have built this to be something very big and something very good.
Right.
But we'll all stick around and we'll see what's happening next.
Well, you sure will.
We're going to do this next week, right? And we'll talk about the next 7 days between now and then. It's so great to see you
So
again.
good to see you too, Royalty with Jam. I love it. Okay, but I need to know your real name. Or is that a secret?
You know, I got a couple of things cooking, so that might be revealed in the future. So,
oh, okay. Okay, so then I don't need to know your real name. I just need to know that you're royalty.
I am royalty. That's right. Thank you, everyone. Julie, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. It was so much fun. Take care. Have a good day.
Take care.
Come home in the morning like my